Hi friend, welcome back to my channel for content creators and entrepreneurs. Today's video is a little different than what I usually do. Usually I'll sit down, I'll talk to you about like social media things or video things or how to grow your business things, which yes, this video is definitely gonna help you do that, but it's gonna look different in terms of the fact that you're gonna see what it's like to hang out with me in a live setting. I just finished going live on Instagram and Facebook talking about 5 tricks to level up your business using social media, specifically Instagram and YouTube. So if you've always wondered what it's like to hang out in real life with me, check it out and let me know what you think. If you like these live video replays, and maybe you'll come hang with me at the next one. Check it out. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another free live training. Today we are talking about 5 tricks to move your business to the next level using social media. I'm Shana Yurko, video producer, video coach, and in these live trainings we talk about business, making videos, social media, and essentially all things building a brand online. So if you are a business owner and you want to market your business on social media, and you want to understand how to move your business to that next level with social media, then today's live is definitely for you. Before we dive in to all of the amazingness that we have to talk about today, drop in the comments where you are tuning in from. We always get people from around the world, and I just love that we can all be connected in this way. And also, I just want to do a little celebration dance. We are live on Facebook and Instagram. So if you see me looking back and forth, I am addressing Facebook camera, Instagram camera. So that's what's happening. And as always, I'm going to open up at the end of this live for questions. So if you have any questions, holler at me in those comments on wherever you are watching from. I do monitor the comments after the lives are done as well. So whether you're watching live or on the replay, hit me with your questions in the comments. Let's jump in, shall we? 5 tricks to move your business to the next level using social media. Basically, after this live, you're gonna walk away with tricks to grow your following so that you can grow your income. Whether you are a business owner or a blogger or a network marketer, or whether you sell physical products or you're a service provider, this is definitely going to be for you. And I want to start out by stating the obvious. Social media is super busy. When you're marketing yourself on social media, it's a noisy atmosphere, and like Instagram, noisy and crowded. There's a million other people posting, and probably a lot of them who offer similar products or services to you or to yours. And YouTube can also feel very overwhelming and like you're going to get lost in the noise. Back in February of 2020, 500 hours of video were uploaded to YouTube every minute. It's insane. All of this can feel a little bit overwhelming or even discouraging to us as entrepreneurs, as bloggers, as personal brands, because it feels like there's almost no point in even starting. If you have ever felt this way, please let me know in the comments, whether you're watching live or on the replay. But here's the good news. Even though it is noisy, posting videos on social media can still be very effective for growing your business, especially if you're using Instagram and YouTube. We're gonna talk about that today. When you post videos that are featuring yourself, like I'm doing right now, your audience naturally gravitates toward you. Yes, you do have to know the strategies for the different platforms that you are posting to, but ultimately, people who vibe with you will naturally gravitate toward you. Here's why. There are people out there who identify with you and your personality specifically over any other human who's posting videos in your industry. If you haven't started posting videos yet, this might sound like a little bit of a foreign idea to you, or maybe it sounds a little bit out of reach, or it even could be easy for you to say, that would so not work for me or my industry. But I promise you, video works to build authority for any industry. There are absolutely people out there who would love your vibe, okay? They'll vibe with your personality, they'll vibe with your expertise, your experience, and they will 100% want to choose you and your video and your business or your blog or your brand based on what you post on social media. This is how social media is going to allow you to reach that next level in your business. So even though it is noisy, there's still tons of opportunity when you use the right strategies. You can make a living using social media to market your business, even when you have a small following. I would still consider myself a smaller account on both Instagram and YouTube, but it gives me a constant stream of leads for my business. So let's start talking about those strategies that we can use and that is going to provide these opportunities to you. You lost my place. For those of you who might be new here, I definitely have notes because I have a lot of stuff that I like to talk about. So if you ever like, what's she looking at? Well, I am looking at 2 different cameras, but I always have a little thing of notes here that I'm referring to. So I totally lost my spot. Give me a second. You have to be strategic and understand how to get your content seen by the people you want to work with. That was where I was at. And you can do this with a little bit of strategy. So the 5 ways we're going to use social media to take your business to the next level. You need to chase the right followers. You need to stand out in a saturated market. You need to build your personal brand. You need to assert yourself as an authority in your industry. And you need to cross-pollinate on multiple platforms. So those are the 5 things we're really going to be diving into and dissecting and breaking down today. So first, I want to talk about chasing the right followers on social media. Truly, there is no benefit of growing your audience if you're not attracting the right people, especially if you're posting to build a following for a business or for a blog or for your network marketing business. Like, there's no point in growing an audience if they're not the right people who's actually gonna buy your thing that you're selling or go click on your blog that you are trying to grow. The benefit of growing your audience on social media is to have more prospective buyers or like dedicated subscribers to your blog that are looking at your content. That's the end goal. And a lot of people forget that in their quest for more followers. It's really easy to lose your way and just chase vanity metrics, to finally hit 10K on Instagram, to finally get monetized on YouTube. It's easy to chase down that viral reel that attracts the masses versus the niched down reel that your ideal followers are going to love. But chasing followers in general will not serve you and your brand and your business unless they are the right people. The last thing you want to do is end up building your audience full of the wrong kind of people that aren't going to buy from you or be interested in what actually grows your income. That's not what we want as business owners, as bloggers, as influencers, as network marketers, all the people who benefit from posting on social media and use it to grow their income. So it's important to chase the right followers and stay persistent, even if growth is slow. Because 100 followers who are prospective buyers is actually a lot of people. If you think about it, 100 people would fill up a movie theater. 150 people fill up a college lecture hall. 1,000 people fill up a large concert venue. 10,000 people fill up a small stadium. Visualizing your number of followers in this way can be really helpful. If you have 150 people who care about what you have to say and what you have to sell, this is a lot, all right? And remember that your number of followers also doesn't dictate your income. The quality of your followers dictates your income that you can gain from social media. And ultimately, you attract those right followers by posting content that's very specific to what your ideal customer is interested in, all right? That's literally the focus of all my programs. They're literally built on the foundation of figuring out who you're talking to and creating content that speaks right to those people, right to their pain points and solving their problems. When you create content that is speaking to one specific person with one specific set of needs, it will filter out all your non-ideal customers, because the people who are not ideal for you to, or your ideal followers, the people who are not those humans, they'll be like, I'm not really interested in what this person has to say. And they'll just keep scrolling, and that's okay because they wouldn't buy from you anyway. So another thing, it's really important not to just be a copycat. when you are making your content. Yeah, you can totally draw inspiration from other people on Instagram or on YouTube, but really you need to bring your unique perspective to the table and your unique personality. Doing those things will help you to chase the right followers. So that is trick number one to use social media to take your business to the next level. You gotta chase that right follower or those right followers. Trick number two, you need to find ways to stand out in a saturated market. This is so key to succeeding with social media, especially if you're building a brand that is increasing your income, whether it's your business or just a brand that you monetize. The easiest way to stand out in a saturated market is to niche down and create content that's very specific to what your ideal customer and ideal follower wants to see. And then to incorporate your own personality into that content. The easiest way to accomplish all of this, get ready for it, is by posting videos of yourself. Are you sensing a pattern here? Video makes you stand out by truly making you visible and showing your audience who you are, what you can help them with, and also like your little quirks, how you communicate, your presence. Video is the closest way that we can it's the closest thing we can do to like hanging out with our ideal customers online and for them to get a sense of who we are. Nothing will build trust faster than videos. If you can inspire and educate and entertain with your videos, your audience will naturally gravitate toward you. Now, standing out in a saturated market also does take strategy, depending on what platform you are posting on, especially if it is Instagram and YouTube, which is what we're talking about here. But if you can understand how to use Reels on Instagram, that will fuel your growth fastest on the platform. And then if you can master creating compelling content, that is going to nurture your Instagram audience fastest and turn followers to customers most effectively. On YouTube, the strategy that will help you grow the fastest is to get your videos ranked in search. What this means is that when people go to YouTube, they type in a question, or even if they go to Google, because YouTube and Google are connected. And so YouTube results show up on Google. When people go in and type in their questions with something they need help with, you can literally have your videos pop up at the top of their search results if you use the right strategies. And then one really important PS, I freaking love that about YouTube. Like, there are videos that are still getting me leads that I posted a year ago. It's incredible. Anyway, one really important tip for audience growth and standing out in a saturated market is to understand the algorithms where you are trying to grow. I'm a big nerd and I love understanding an algorithm so that I can not waste my time and do things that are not going to work and not going to get my content seen by the right people. This is really important. You got to post at the right times when your audience is most active. You got to use the right tags and hashtags. You got to follow community guidelines and create content that's on brand and engaging. And you have to be willing to test and fail and keep showing up, because ultimately every single video, every single piece of content that you post is a test. But you can absolutely guarantee that it's going to show up in front of the right people when you use those right strategies. And PS, if you want to know like how the algorithm works on YouTube, shoot me a DM, I'll send you the link. Or how the Instagram algorithm works. I can send you a link. I will be posting a video on YouTube of how the algorithm works pretty soon for YouTube. So that's a little sneak peek that was not in my notes, but we're gonna post that in this upcoming month. But basically, if you want to understand the nitty-gritty of algorithms, shoot me a DM. I'll send you a link. And bottom line, you have to play to your strengths when you are starting small, and understanding the algorithm is a huge part of that, okay? You will absolutely see enormous growth if you take advantage of the algorithms and use them, okay? And on Instagram, the most important kinds of content you gotta be making are save and share worthy content. Video is definitely highly prioritized across the platform. You gotta be posting reels, going live, posting video content, posting stories. So you want to be focusing on getting engagement from those ideal customers so the algorithm learns who exactly is your ideal person, and it'll start pushing your content out and recommending it to people who are like them. So ultimately, standing out in a saturated market really boils down to creating the right kind of content that showcases you, your expertise, and your personality, and then using the right strategies on those platforms where you're posting. Trick number 3 to make your business get to that next level of social media, you need to focus on building your personal brand. And coincidentally, the best way to stand out in a saturated market on social media is to build a strong personal brand and create a profile or a channel that reflects you and your personality and your expertise and your unique superpowers, okay? Let's use me as an example. My unique superpower is video. A lot of other people have this same unique superpower. I am not the best. There are a lot of people who are better than me, and I'm definitely not the best at speaking live. I'm not the best at creating reels. Lots of people do it better. There's always going to be someone who does it better than you. But no one else does it exactly like I do. No one else has my exact personality, the exact way I speak. No one else has the exact same approach, like professionally, or the same experiences to pull from, both personally and professionally. No one else has the same personality or style or vibe. It's the combination of all of those things, plus my unique superpower of video, that enable me to stand out in a saturated market. And literally, it's the fact that I'm 100% myself on Instagram and on YouTube. But I also talk about what I want to be known for. I don't post anything that I don't want to be known for. So I don't share tips about topics that have nothing to do with my industry or what it is that I'm selling or my personal brand, my life, whatever, how I want to be represented online. So even though everything is very authentic, everything's also very strategic. So those are 2 tips for you to start building your personal brand. Focus on amplifying your unique superpowers and be very intentional with what you post, because every single post that you put on Instagram, every video you post to YouTube is a building block of your online personal brand. The third part of building your personal brand that you really need to take into account is you got to be showing up on your profiles. And some people might think this is an obvious tip, but on Instagram, you cannot rely solely on posting graphics or funny memes or photos of your products or stock images. You have to show up in photos, introduce yourself to your community, create that recognition of yourself. And you have to show up in videos. People like to watch people connect with people. I'm literally looking into your eyeballs through the camera lens here and through the camera lens here. We're connecting, we're talking. It's fun, it's great. People like to watch people, and the people who are attracted to your content all have very specific needs and problems that they think you might be able to help them solve. Nothing is going to build trust in you and in your brand faster than a video featuring you, okay? So build your personal brand by focusing on your amplifying those unique superpowers of yours, being intentional with what you post, and showing up in front of the camera in photos and in video, okay? I need some water. I'm very excited about how this live is going today. We just started lives last week, again, weekly lives, and I struggled. Go check that one out after this one. Like, it started out rough. It got better. We got there, but today, it's clutch. Last week, I couldn't even get the Facebook Live to work. Rude. It was like some updates on my computer. Let me know if you want tips on that. 4th tip to use social media to take your business to the next level is to assert yourself as an authority in your industry. The more that you can be seen as the go-to expert in your niche, the more trustworthy you are going to become. And Jasmine Star says it best when she says that the strength of your personal brand is in direct correlation to the amount of content that you create, the amount and the quality. So creating valuable content consistently will start asserting you as the expert that you already know that you are, but it's gonna make everyone else see you as that expert that you are. All right? Everything we've talked about up until this point in this live will start helping you to assert yourself as an authority, building your personal brand, chasing the right followers, and standing out in a saturated market, posting super specific content that's catered toward your ideal followers and customers, and especially this, posting videos, okay? Getting on camera allows you to become that authority figure in your industry, attract your ideal customers without having to chase them down, and also sell without being a salesy monster, like sliding into those DMs with the hey girl messages. I hate those. I also really hate the, hey, are you interested in growing your Instagram following? I get at least one of those a day. I'm like, I'm good. Go away, bro. All right. Don't slide into the DMs. It's rude. Anyway, so to start using video to assert yourself as an authority in your industry. Final trick that we are talking about to grow your business and your brand using social media is to cross-pollinate on multiple platforms. I cannot stress this one enough. I'm not sure how many people know this, but 1 year into building my business, literally 2 weeks before I launched my very first course. And if for any of you who have launched a course before, you know that you're in high stress, so freaked out, like, is anyone gonna buy my course mode? And also you're so busy. I was working like 14-hour days. My Instagram got deleted. I had built it up to like maybe 2,500 followers, which might sound small, but I had worked so hard for those followers, and my Instagram got deleted on a fluke. It was on a complete fluke, and there was no way of me getting it back. And there was no way for me to find those 2,500 people and track them down again. And I was launching a course 2 weeks later, and I was like, oh my God, no one's gonna buy my course. Luckily, I had also built my email list, and I had YouTube, but I'm pretty sure it was very small at that point. But it was then that I realized I really needed to also focus on growing my YouTube channel. And there have been several moments since that moment that have like confirmed this, that you have to be focusing on more than one platform when Instagram has its days when it like goes down. Everyone freaked out when, I can't even remember exactly when it was a few months ago. It's happened a few times, but Instagram will go down for like a day and the world like ends. And people who rely on Instagram to make money for their business, they really suffered during those times. So it's very helpful to be pulling in leads and potential subscribers for your blog or potential customers for your business from another source other than Instagram because of those things. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket because you don't own your followers. You don't own your followers on any platform. Honestly, you should really be building an email list as well, which is a strategy that I also talk about with my students. But basically, long story short, went on a little bit of a tangent there. I realized after my Instagram got deleted, after the launch was over, which PS, it did go well and it was fine, but it was only because I had an email list. I realized I needed to focus on growing my YouTube channel. And that was when I really started to double down. And the reason that it has been so beneficial is that YouTube is connected to Google. It's the second largest search engine in the world. You can truly build an evergreen profit machine if you understand how to post videos on YouTube, even if you have a small subscriber base. I would definitely consider myself, I think I've said it during this live, a smaller YouTuber. I think it's 2,800, maybe almost 3,000 subscribers. Not a huge YouTuber. I still get consistent leads that come in from YouTube. So, and vice versa, I do make YouTube videos, and a lot of my Instagram followers come over from YouTube because I'm giving Instagram tips, and they're like, oh, this girl's on Instagram, let's go follow her, sick. So they cross-pollinate each other. Vice versa, lots of my Instagram peeps head to my YouTube channel as well, which, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, check that out. You should totally go make sure you're subscribed. There's a lot of epic content coming down the pipeline this month. So yeah, go subscribe. Link in my bio here, and it's the link in the video on Facebook. So the way that this cross-pollination works, best is that you post like your highest value and highest quality videos over on YouTube, because it's a very visual platform. It stands out fastest when you have high quality video, and you connect with people and build relationships on Instagram. Okay, so Instagram is more about like relationship building and showcasing a little bit more of the messy side of your life. And then YouTube is where you put like your high quality content. You can also post personal brand building stuff like vlogs and that kind of stuff. But if you want to spend the least amount of time as possible, you can just post your high quality value video over on YouTube, and that will still be an evergreen system of bringing in leads for you. Okay. Oh, so it's amazing, works really well to have those two platforms working together. If you can create content that shows off exactly who you are, what you know, and how you can help your audience, and you use those best practices and strategies, and you cross promote, and you always lead with value. Oh my God, lead with value. You will grow. So, friend, every strategy that you'll learn from me will always be value driven. On any platform you focus on, you want to focus on providing value. And just saying, doing all of the things that I talked to you about today allowed me to grow my Instagram from 250 to 10,500, which is super fun. Thank you for being here. My friends on Instagram, I just adore you. And it's also helped me grow my YouTube channel to almost 3,000 from like 150 or something when I very first started, which is really, really a great starting foundation for the channel that I really want to build. And I'm very excited about all the fun things that are coming this year. I can't even handle it. So let's just do a real quick review about what we talked about today, and then we will jump into questions. So the 5 tricks we talked about to move your business to the next level using social media was to chase the right followers, stand out in a saturated market, build your personal brand with videos, photo content, all that stuff, assert yourself as an authority in your industry, and to cross-pollinate on multiple platforms. Now, if you know me, if you've been watching lives with me at all, you know that I do open up for questions, and I'm going to scroll through and see if there were questions asked during the live. But I also always bring questions asked like throughout the week, whether it's people from my email list or on Instagram or YouTube comments, all of those things. I will bring questions to answer as well. So let me scroll and see if there were any questions. Lots of people tuned in on Instagram today. We had people from North Carolina, New Jersey, Ecuador, Colorado Springs. Hey, you're down the road from me. South Africa. Hey, friends, I adore how far our community reaches. It's so fun. All right. Amazing. Let's see if there's questions. We had people saying, thank you, feel this. I don't remember what I was talking about at that point. Sorry. So good. Thanks for the tips. You're so welcome. I'm so happy you're here. We had people laughing. Yay. Awesome. If I can make you laugh or smile, I feel like my job is done. That makes me happy. All right. That's awesome. Sick. Ooh, yes. Hello from Durban, South Africa. How do I grow my email list? Yo. Can I just tell you one of the easiest ways to grow your email list? You obviously have to like set up with your email provider or whatever, but the easiest way to grow your email list is to have something that you offer people for free that's a downloadable asset that contains information for something they want and something that is in direct correlation to what you sell. So it's basically like a snippet of something that gives them a win, that makes them feel like I could definitely learn something from this person, or oh my gosh, if this is their free content, like can't even imagine like what their paid product, service, whatever would be. So for example, like if you're a wedding photographer, you could do a checklist of the top shots that you should get on your wedding day. Downloadable PDF. You can post this to Pinterest. You can post it on your blog, on your website. So anyone who's finding you via those ways, they could download that, and those are free ways of promoting that freebie. You can also promote your freebie during your videos, and that's something that I really encourage with my students in a very strategic way. Like you can promote your freebie with every single video, and there's strategic ways of doing it, of course, but it's very, very fun. Ooh, can't wait to use these tips when I start my shop. Yay, I'm so excited. Definitely thankful for the tips. I'm just starting my business and need all the info. Yay. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to start building that email list. Start thinking of a freebie that people want to know in your industry, or like your ideal customers want to know. My freebie is a Confident on Camera mini course, which PS, if you haven't enrolled in that, it's in the link in my bio on Insta, and then on Facebook, I'll drop it in the comments so that you have a way to enroll in that little free mini course. It honestly, I love it because you walk away feeling ready to hop in front of the camera, which is one of people's biggest things that holds them back from actually starting. So that's another way that you could actually create a freebie, is help people move past what's holding them back from starting with whatever it is that you sell, okay? So that was a really great question. Thank you so much for asking that. And I do want to answer a couple of them that we brought in from the past couple weeks. Okay, I get asked this question all the time. I need to know how to edit my videos. Which app is good for a beginner? Thank you. One of the most asked questions. So a few really good apps for beginners: Video Shop, Filmora, iMovie, Video Leap, and Adobe Rush. So let's go ahead and actually, wait, no, totally lost my train of thought. Those are some apps that you can use. Excuse me. Video Shop, Filmora, iMovie, Video Leap, Adobe Rush. I actually just posted a YouTube video yesterday about, was it yesterday? I don't know when it was. This week, about how to record a voiceover using Video Shop and Adobe Rush. So if you want an in-depth tutorial on like how to use those apps, go to my YouTube channel and look at that voiceover video. You'll get a little inside look and you'll be able to use those video editing apps. So, ooh, we got another question coming in. Sorry, I have such an itch. Ugh, hate that. Any tips on how I can confidently get behind the camera because I get so shy and nervous? I'm thinking that you mean like get out from behind the camera, like get in front of the camera, like, yo, I'm showing my face on video. Yes, this is huge, my friend. So a couple tips. Be comfortable getting uncomfortable, because the first couple videos you post will not be your best videos. And that's okay. Because ultimately when you're posting a video, remember that it's like, we all put so much pressure on like the level of quality that our videos have to be. And if it's not perfect, we're like, ew, I'm not posting this. When it would do your business so much more good if you just post it and keep working at it to get better with your videos. So practice is a huge thing. And I know that that sounds like a super lame cop-out tip, but something that you could do, you could get in front of the camera for 2 full minutes and talk to it every day for 2 weeks in the morning. And you need to press record. You don't ever have to post those videos. You don't ever have to show anyone the videos, but you can actually get comfortable like looking at your face on the screen, which can be really weird for people. And they're like, I don't want to look. I don't want to see it. But it really is helpful when you just practice. So, and then if you want to practice doing lives, there's actually a feature on Facebook and on Instagram for you to do a practice live session, which is cool because then it has like all the tech running and you're seeing all the things and you're getting used to it, which is awesome. So hopefully those are some good, oh my gosh, I'm very excited about some of these questions. Opinion on Camtasia. Personally, I've never used it, but I've heard very great things about Camtasia. Ultimately, you guys, with video editing apps, whatever works for you is the best app for you. Like, they all are very similar and they all have very similar capabilities. If we were to get into the very nitty-gritty details of the capabilities of all of them, we would be here forever. But at the end of the day, as long as it works for you and what works with your life, use it, you know? Like, as long as you're getting a video posted and you're getting out there, that is what matters. Personally, I edit all of my YouTube videos on Adobe Premiere because I am a professional video producer. I learned how to use Premiere like 13 years ago, almost 15 years ago. I don't know. I'm old. But basically, whatever works for you is the best place for you to start, and you can always learn new apps along the way. All right, let's see. Any tips for increasing engagement with my current audience? Yes. Um, Posting consistently, finding best times to post, go into your analytics and look at your audience's most active times of day and start trying to post during that time. That is one of the most important things. And incorporating all of the different kinds of content you can post with. You can post on Instagram. So that means showing up on stories, not just posting like static images, but posting videos of yourself talking. I have a product that literally gives you 52 scripts. If you don't want to come up with story ideas every day, it's 52 scripts that will build your personal brand and get people to buy from you. In stories, you literally just pull up the script, you fill in your own information, and it teaches you exactly how to film it. It's really great. So if you want that, that's the Instagram video kit. It's linked in my bio. But I would recommend starting to post more engaging stories. I would post reels. I would post longer videos that show up in your video tab. I would post carousel posts. Like, you want to test the kinds of content that you can post and see what resonates with your audience most, and then double down on that. So, and also if you're experiencing like a really big dip in engagement, it always helps to kind of go quiet for a couple of days and then start again. That has helped me in the past. So, this question is the one I was really excited about because it's funny and I've struggled with the same thing. Starting with lip syncing. I love these and I hate these because like they can be really good, but sometimes it takes a million takes to get the right lip sync. The number one thing that I can recommend is actually saying it out loud while you are filming, and literally just don't post lip syncs that don't match the audio. People will scroll. So you want to just keep trying, and it actually kind of brings back flashbacks of high school music classes with like timing. So if you're struggling with a certain lip sync, pay attention to like the timing in between each phrase or sentence or whatever. Like if it's a little skit that someone is, that you're, what am I trying to say? If it's like a skit, you can also cut it up into sections. That's a great way if you can't get the whole entire lip sync down. But literally, you just have to keep trying until you get it. There have been times when I've tried a lip sync over and over and over again, and then I'm like, F this, I can't. And I move on and I just find something else. Or if you don't want to lip sync, you could also do the captions, like captions of what's being said. Don't do them too big on the screen because otherwise Instagram dings you for having like too large of text on the screen. But you could do the captions that show, and you could just act out like the emotions that are happening in the skit. That would be effective too if you're struggling. So hopefully that helps with lip syncing. Lip syncing is so funny. This is so good. Heck yeah. How do we get the 52 scripts? It's at the link in my bio. It's called the Instagram video kit. And if you want that and you can't find a link, shoot me a DM and I'm happy to send it to you. Any tips on how to get more consistency on my reel views? Some have good views and others like 23 or so. Yes. So there's lots of different things that you can do for your reels. Again, you have to post when your audience is most active, and you have to post content that aligns with best practices for reels. So like you have to make sure that your quality of your video is good. Wipe your camera lens. Make sure it's not blurry. Do not shoot with a window behind you because that causes this like weird ghost effect. It's called backlighting. Don't do it. Don't film with a dark overhead lighting. Like you want your video to look as pretty as possible. Find your best selfie light. Make sure it's a high quality video. It's not pixelated. Instagram will ding you for that. There's also a bunch of other like do's and don'ts that they recommend. You gotta follow community guidelines. Don't have too big of text on your reels. And also, this is a really simple tip that I don't even know if it's anywhere in any of my content. Start your reel smiling. Don't start like this. There are so many reels I go to, and it's clearly someone who's a beginner, and I'm with you, friend. Like, I applaud every single person who ever posts a video, but you gotta start your video out smiling, unless the goal of the reel is not smiling, like unless it's intentional. We don't want the I'm trying to figure this out face. Cut that out. All right. So tips on more consistency on reel views. Also, Instagram has introduced a lot of different changes, and I'm sure other people have noticed this. You know, I have like the chapstick on your lips. I hate when that happens. Instagram has experienced a huge, or Instagram users, geez, I can talk, I promise. I think I need some lunch. Instagram users have all experienced a huge dip in engagement. And part of it has to do with the holidays. There's an increased level of ads. So like a lot of the traffic is going to that. But also Instagram made a lot of changes within the last few months. And typically what happens with the engagement on different features or whatever, Instagram's algorithm prioritizes the newest features. So when Reels were introduced, that was why we saw that huge boom with Reels. You can still absolutely grow enormously with Reels, but everyone is seeing a much different version of like viral Reels. Yes, it's of course still possible, but if you're consistently you're probably going to consistently get less views than you have the number of followers. That's probably expected. But if it's varying, like you get 4,000 views for one and then you get 23 views for the next, pay attention to what you did in that video, whether it's different type of content, different information, maybe people aren't as interested in it, or the quality of your video. Pay attention to those things and figure out if that's something that's not resonating with your audience, if you're posting it at the right times, using the right hashtags. You also can go to this place called, I'm gonna mess up the URL. It's IQ hashtags. Google that, and it basically lets you put your profile in and see if you're using any banned hashtags. This will decrease your reach on Instagram and not allow your content to show up in front of new users, like new eyeballs. It'll still show your content to existing followers if you are shadow banned or if you're using banned hashtags. But this IQ hashtags is a really great tool, and it's also a great tool for like hashtag research if you want that. Let's see. Need more water. Okay, I think that is the end of the live questions. I have one more. Hang on. No, two more. How far in advance are you planning content? This is a question I got asked. Might have been a while ago. I don't know. How far in advance are you planning content? So for me, how far I am planning content in advance really depends on what season of my business I'm in. Full disclosure, I am a mom. Like, I mean, everyone knows that if you follow me. Post photos and videos of my kid all the time. But that's my priority. My son and my husband and the life I want to live outside of my business is always going to be my priority. And when you very first start getting into content, it's really easy to kind of let it be all consuming. And that was something that I went through, and I really have put down firm boundaries about when I'm going to be spending time creating content. So the best way for you to do that is to plan things in advance. So typically, like circling back to what I said, it really depends on what season of my business I am in. Right now, I am gearing up to launch my signature program, Social Video Academy, in a few weeks, which is really exciting. It's going to help business owners grow on Instagram and YouTube using video, and I'm really excited. It's very exciting. So all of my YouTube and live content is already planned that is leading up to that launch. So that's like the season of my business that I'm in. And then I just make reels weekly. Sometimes I'll even make reels like day by day. It just depends on you. But when I'm not in a launch season, I'll typically have content planned out, like topics, and then I'll either create them weekly or I'll create like 2 to 4 at a time. So that's how far in advance I'm planning, but I always do have a very specific strategy that I am pulling from, and it always like a content plan, which is something that I go over in my different programs. So Oh my gosh, I really need some lunch. Hopefully that answers that question of how far in advance are you making content? I saw another question come through on Insta. Best way to learn Adobe Premiere. Woo! YouTube is a really valuable resource. I'm going to be, eventually I'm gonna make a whole editing lab for Adobe Premiere. It's a work in progress, so don't wait for me if you wanna learn it right now. Start YouTubing things. But I do have like a starter guide on if you do want to get started with YouTube that will be included in Social Video Academy. So if you wanna wait a few weeks, that will be in there. But honestly, you can learn anything on YouTube, friends. Like, so what's the best way to start using Adobe Premiere? Once you know one editing program, whether it's Final Cut or like a professional editing program, if it's Final Cut or Premiere, which I'm always team Premiere, always. I get flack for it sometimes from fellow like wedding video editors. Like I have a friend in Southern California. I posted something about that totally threw shade at Final Cut editors, and he was like, oh, I feel attacked. Whatever works for you is always best. But Premiere, basically you just want to start using it, figure it out as you go. But I will have that like quick start guide of getting started and exactly how you can create YouTube videos specifically with Adobe Premiere, okay? That will be in Social Video Academy. Woohoo! Oh, he said, oh, I didn't even read the second part of this question, sorry. Best way to learn Adobe Premiere, I used it, but stuff kept breaking. I.e. saw snow. Snow. Oh, like some like pixels and noise. Hence I turned to Camtasia. Totally good. It's awesome to chill with you here now. Love your videos. Thanks, friend. It's fun chilling with you too. Is Premiere easily learned? Depends. It really depends on the type of content creator you want to be. If you want your videos to look super professional and polished, I would recommend learning Premiere or Final Cut, something that gives you that flexibility. But honestly, there are a lot of lower end video editors that are perfectly fine. If you just want to use video to get visible and you're like, okay, I don't care about having cinematic videos at this moment, don't worry about it. Like whatever feels easy to you, focus on that and lean into that. Transitions look so good. I don't know what that question means. Can you elaborate? There was one more question. Ooh, someone asked me a little while ago, is YouTube dying? Oh, you may already know my opinion on this, but the person asked, I've noticed a lot of the channels and people I watched are posting less and less. So this is a good question, but the answer is absolutely no. I think I said it earlier in this live, more than 500 hours of video are uploaded every minute to YouTube. YouTube is not dying, it is growing. But I do think it is safe to say that the past, I don't even know how to put a time on it because I'm bad at like time estimations. It's safe to say that people are focusing more on quality of their content on YouTube because it is something that will help you stand out faster on the platform. If you are just focused on cranking out like daily YouTube content, which gosh, I can't imagine. Props to those people who do it. I know that Cody Warner did it for a while and he is a stud. I don't know if he still does, but he's awesome. If you don't know him, check out his channel. But I can't even imagine doing a daily YouTube video. But I know that when people post less frequently, you can still get the same amount, if not more, views and like actual leads to your business if you're really strategic with coming up with the right idea, using keyword research, optimizing your video when you're uploading it, and also optimizing the content of your video to show up in search, all the things. So again, all that is stuff that is going to be covered inside Social Video Academy. Very excited. And ooh, we got clarification on the transitions question. Oh, and sorry, I'm jumping around. Going back to if YouTube is dying, no. We also have to take into account like the world's environment. I know that up in Canada, some of my friends have been posting that everything just got shut down again. COVID has caused a lot of strain over the last couple of years in literally every aspect of everyone's lives. And people are having to adapt in different ways. And that may account for a less frequent posting on YouTube for some people. Like if things shut down, I would have to have my kid back at home with me, so I might have less time to post videos. Or maybe they're working on other things in their business and they're building up that aspect because they have consistent traffic that's already coming into their YouTube channel. So there's a lot of things that could account for less frequent posting, and most times it has something to do with like strategic moves on that creator's part that are taking place behind the scenes that we don't see. So, all right, transitions question. Transitions look so good. Some tips on transitions, please. There we go. That is a good question. I love transitions. Anytime that you can include a fun transition in your reels specifically, or on a TikTok video, it grabs people's attention and they're like, whoa, that's so cool, it's sick, and it's good. It's very good to include. I actually have 2 YouTube videos with transitions tips, and it actually walks you through exactly step by step how I create transitions on Instagram. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which is linked in my bio on Instagram, and it's linked in the description on Facebook, you can go find that. It's one of my top performing videos, actually, is 5 Instagram Reels transitions, and you see the actual process. And then I just showed how I did like I just posted another video transition tutorial on how to do the one where like you push yourself out of the frame and then you pull yourself back up. Super cool. So go watch those, they're fun. That hopefully will answer your transitions question. I think I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I adore every single one of you. Thank you for all of your awesome questions. And please don't forget to go subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Like I said, lots of awesome content coming down the pipeline, and I don't always post everything that I post on YouTube on Instagram. So if you're not subscribed over there, you're missing out. Thanks for hanging with me today. And if you have questions on anything either we talked about today or anything you want to know about business, about video, about social media, about Colorado and life and moving into this new house that we just moved into, holler in the comments. I monitor them even after the live's over. So thank you, friend. I hope to chat with you soon. Shoot me a DM if you need anything, have questions. Bye. All right, friend, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and leave me a comment with like your favorite takeaway, or just if you're gonna come hang out with me in my next live video. I go live on Wednesdays on Instagram and Facebook. I'll catch you in the next video, my friend.